Okay, this is where I left off. This was the end of video 2. So now let's start video number 3. And to make it easier for you guys, and moi también, I'm gonna just stick with books. The best that I can. Okay, next I have, oh my goodness, let's see. Let me divide these out. I have a lot of, and these are from my, these are obviously from my stash. I had some from Sophia too. I gotta fix my little background thingy here because it keeps wanting to slide. Okay, so I've got 4 readers, children's books. So Our New Friends, and these are not, they're craft condition, but I haven't taken any pages out. Rainbow in the Sky, Good Times on Our Street, and School and Play. Okay, I'm not going to measure these. They're just standard readers, but I will flip through them. This is from a school primer book. It says, this primer is full of fresh, stimulating stories of everyday happenings designed to develop right attitudes towards safe and healthful living. The 3 sections into which this book is divided deal with home and school life, in which the group share experiences together, basic health and safety problems common to primary children, and nature study, and the out of doors. The subjects have been carefully selected, blah, 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 blah. And that's from there. Okay. So, sorry about that. I took a shortcut with the blah, 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 blah. But yeah. Okay. So this is a really good book. It's in good condition in terms, you know, of its age. So I'll just flip through. Here's some torn pages here, and the edges are torn. Some 1 or 2 pages, there's a tear there. And I think if you know, if you like doing children's books, I mean, the pages make great tags. They make great, all you have to do is follow Carla Frizzell. And there's a page torn out of there. So yeah, maybe this is craft condition. Torn page here, here. But definitely some images worth salvaging. Okay, so there's that. And measurements, just because 5 3/4 up to 8. So there's book 1 in this lot. This is one whole lot. Good Times on Our Street. So that's craft condition. Assume that everything that I sell is craft condition. That'll just cut to the chase. Okay. But a lot of stuff is wholesome, like that Texas Flower book. And I usually price it. You could tell probably by the price. And some things is just priced low just because, you know, just trying to get rid of the stuff. Okay, there's that one. 5, measuring from the book cover that you would use as a junk journal, not to the edge. About almost 5 3/4 by 8. Rainbow in the Sky. Okay, there's that one. And that's 5 3/4 by 8 1/4. And then this one, Our New Friends. Most of these are like ready to be like totally turned into a junk journal. I think there was a torn page, or maybe I imagined it. Oh, here. And then, you know, there's some pencil marks in there. And there you have that one. So, for lots of children's readers, number 86. Boom. That starts video number 3. Okay, so there's that. And then I've got these 2 books here. These are really what do you call it? Mid-century kind of books. I feel like they are. I could be wrong. But there's 2 of them. Good decorating and home improvement. So there's the front of them, but yeah, they're kind of, these are very mid-century. Let's just really call it for what it is. At least in my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but that's just how I feel. Okay, I feel like they're just very mid-century. Look at that. Isn't that like 70s? I don't know. What are y'all thinking? What kind of vibe is that? Isn't that? Okay, stop talking, Renee. Get back to shh. Look at the piano. I feel like this is 70-ish. Let's look at the date. Okay, just for a second. Let me deviate. You can type it in. Y'all type it in and figure it out. But it looks very 70-ish to me. Look at that. Now you tell me that ain't 70-ish. Look at that couch. Look at those. And now we sell stuff like that, right? The big divan seating thingy chairs with, you know, whatever you call those. This is so 70s. Okay, stop. All right, let me get back to flipping through. I do think this book, okay, so why do I get to the point, girlfriend? So why do I have this book in my collection? I think it is a good reference book. See, people were junking way before we were junking. I think it's a good reference book that says auctions, how to buy antiques, art objects, and budget furnishings at auction. So it's got some little plans and some black and whites. I have it in here because, I don't know, it preserves the interior design and architecture of the 70s. It feels very 70s, guys. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. So there's that one. And then this one has some ephemera in it, some letters and stuff. I think this might be even the same. If it is, I'm just selling them both together. I don't care if it's the same, guys. I'm sorry. No, they look like they might be different. The young people nowadays, they don't want nothing like this. They want, yeah, this is different. There's decks. They want everything that's kind of musky. You know what I mean? Like silver and robot-y and cyberspace-y. I hope that makes sense. Okay, anyway, there's that one. Oh my God. I remember these kinds of chairs. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, anyway, if you're into old home decor, these are great for that. Oh, this is kind of cool. I like the 5. Yeah. Okay. It's got plants. Oh, Lord, not the leopard pillow cushion pillow. Look at the hot pink of that. That's just really interesting to look at that stuff now, even for us old mature folk. Okay, there's that one, guys. Those are those 2, and those are mid-century books. Those are going to be number 87. Okay, and then I've got these 2 books. Oh man, I want to keep these, but I can't. I cannot. I dug in these things, I don't know how many times, and just found some really cool stuff. One time I created this gypsy. It was a gypsy kit. It was a junk journaling kit, gypsy themed. Because when I created junk journaling kits and kits and kits and kits and kits. Anyway, that was the ladies that I used for that came out of these books. And so let's look at this one first. These measure, did I measure those Midwestern books? I didn't. Let me measure one for you. They are roughly 7 3/4 by 10 1/4. So yeah. Okay. And let's see. So this one, these measure, let me just go ahead and do the measurement. These books are heavy as hell. Heavy. 6 1/4 by 9 3/4. Very heavy books. But I like them because they have everything. They're called Lands and Peoples, Baltic States and Central Europe. And I think it's just really, really, you know, interesting how these books capture culture. Like all types of cultures. And I'm not going to go through because, guys, we'd be here forever if I started talking. Look at the structure there. That's a ancient Greek temple. And then this donkey, is that a donkey? Conca de Oro. Shell of the gold. And then they've got this donkey. But every time I see donkeys with a bunch of stuff in a rural area, I think about the mobile libraries. And then look at this, the rooftop. It's very interesting, this book. Mediterranean. It's got structures and buildings and all kinds of really cool stuff in here. Italy, North Italy. There's a map of some of these old places. That one says beautiful Venice, born of the marriage of land and sea. There's lots of beautiful buildings in here. Okay, so it's going to take me forever to get through this if I don't stop turning things up and down and around. So you get the gist of this because of, oh yeah, remember when Pope Francis died? Rest in peace, cool dude. You were the super coolest Pope ever. I don't know. Leo might give him a run for his money in a good way. But I remember the guys dressed in that, and it says Swiss Pontification Guards. So there's colors, there's building structure, and these people, look at her, she's sewing, stitching, crocheting, I don't know what she's doing, but she's making something with her hands. So is she. Huh? Can we see that right there? Wait, let me pause it. I think she's probably, I'm guessing, oh yes, my eyes were right with the text there. She's doing some loom work, Loom work. Y'all know what it is. And then look at these beautiful structures and these pretty colors. This book is really nice. Look at that. Look at that right there. Okay, I don't want to spend all day on these books. There's a lot to look at, a lot to talk about. Lands and Peoples. Look at him. Isn't that cool? Look at his hat. Okay. I think I've shown this pic. I've had these before and used them in junk journaling kits. And then I bought these books with the intent to use them in additional junk journaling kits. But yeah, but I like that these ladies are talking. One wonders what they're discussing. Maps, kids, trees, structures on top of mountains or seaside rock. She's really cool. Look at her attire. Look at that. Very pretty. Love the colors. Okay, Renee. Love this building here. Lots of structures, really old structures. Now the papers, it's obvious why I would have something like this in my collection. The papers are, oh my gosh, guys, I don't know how you say it. It's not glossy, but they're not matte. They're kind of matte, more matte than glossy. I'll put it that way. Look at these cute girls. Look at them. Oh my God, they're so cute. So cute. Hungary, Romania. When will we ever see old images like this again? You have to almost like do a lot of research to find these kinds of images. Austria. That was Austria back there. Look at her attire. All that lace. I think she's kind of sassy. Don't y'all think she's sassy? She got it going on. She said, hey, she's styling and looking the other way. Wow, look at that. Ribbon headdress of a bride. Dang. Wow. Woo. Okay, keep going. Stop talking and keep flipping the pages. Don't talk. Just flip. Okay, I'm flipping. That's cute. Look at that fat baby. Oh my God. Fat. Ooh. Well, okay, while I'm flipping, have y'all seen... Oh my God, OM to the hell G. Have you seen Cardi B's new baby? Holy moly, that baby is so beautiful. I nearly jumped out of my chair when they showed her on, oh, I don't know what show was on, but she has a new baby. And, dang, that's a dude. That's really dressed up right there. You know what? That's like the fashion male divas at the last Dandy Gala. Who was that dressed like that? I forgot his name, but he had on a cape like that. He was fierce. But anyway, look at the buildings, guys. Look at the buildings. Those are so cool. The market. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Cardi B's baby is the most beautiful, cutest baby that I have seen in a long dang time. Oh my God, that baby is so cute. She's so fat and roly-poly. Got all the rolls in her little arms. She is just adorable and looks so happy and just smiling. I mean, just gorgeous. Really a pretty picture they showed of her baby. Just gorgeous. Really beautiful baby. That baby is so pretty. I was like, Lord have mercy. That baby is gorgeous, honey. Beautiful baby girl. Okay, that's enough of that because I've spent way more than enough time. So y'all get it right. You get, look at her. Wouldn't she be cute on the front cover of a peasant farm kind of journal? Look at those birch trees in the back. Oh, and that's what it says, a Finnish peasant. Okay, I'm not going to read it. Don't read it. Keep going. Don't read. They're playing instruments. She's on a loom. It looks like they call them Swedish country girls. That's what it says at the bottom. I can barely see that text, but I can't see it. Look at them. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Somebody tell me. What do you think they're talking about? And y'all can't answer, but I don't know. Build a story around it. Build your own story around that image. Okay, there's that one. This is going to take forever. I think I'll do these separate to give everybody a chance because I think these are really nice books. So I'll do these separate just to give, you know, because I don't think I have. I don't think I have one more, but I have one reserved for someone for as Happy Mail. And it was one that I took pages out of for past junk journaling kits. So that's number 88. Okay. Lands and Peoples. And this is the second one. And that way, in case there's more than one person interested in these kind of books, because they are pretty glorious. And my favorite word to use from way back when, they're just worthy. You know, and so I'll flip through this one a little bit faster so you get the gist of. There are maps, there are building structures. Look at that. Oh, and I marked that. That was going to go in some kind of junk journal at some point. Like I said, these were the books that came out of my my gypsy kit, junk journaling kit way back when. Look at that. She's got a little doll. Look at her. Look at her outfit. Oh my God, how pretty is that? Isn't that gorgeous? And look at her with the baby on the back. Love it. Love it. Let me try to go faster. You'll know I want to say something because I'll pause. You see him with his basket of apples? Look at that structure there, the colors. I wonder how many of these, that's Palestine today. In Palestine today, well, it's not like that today. I was just going to say, I wonder how many of these structures obviously no longer look like this because of war and climate change and war and climate change and war and war and war. Damn. Can't we all just get along? As Rodney King would say, can't we all just get along? Dang. Okay, look at that. The colors in that. That's Saint. I have to stop and pause and read this one, guys. This is really special. It says Saint, well, for my eyes, when I look at these pillars and the color green and this, I don't know what that is, and then this beautiful coloring all over the place. It says Saint Sophia's interior is enriched with rare marbles, which were brought from all over the then known world and made into one of the most beautiful creations of art in the world. Lavish use was made also of gold, silver, precious jewels. Here it is shown in a mosque with inscriptions from the Quran, the most Muslim Bible. It says Muslim Bible, not Muslim Bible. It's using an O on the huge shield. Very cool. So should I keep going or I should just stop? I think I'd look at her. Look at her carrying her basket of cotton. Holy gee. All right. Am I standing? Oh, I'm standing at 30. I'm trying, but I'm using a lot of time on 2 books. Look at that structure. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes. Tree climbing. So a lot of this, I think the reason why I collected these books, one, because these images are very difficult to find now. Like, you probably have to do some serious researching to find these kinds of images. And I also collected it because I just loved my Gypsy junk journaling kit way back in 18, 17, 2016. I can't remember. But anyway, it's somewhere in my video. And I just think that a lot of these lands have changed so much because of, you know, war and climate and all of that. She's picking out of her garden. Okay, so that's that. There's maps in there, more colored images, more structure. This book is very thick and very heavy. The pages are light. They're fairly light. They're plates. They feel like plates. The whole book feels like a book of plates, basically. If you know what I mean. If you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So there's that one for somebody. And that's number 89. Now you can order both of these if you want. But I decided to break them up to give equal chance. Okay. How much time do I have? Let's see. Okay. I have a few more minutes. This one is called Journeys Through Bookland. Now, how significant is that for junk journalers? Journeys Through Bookland. That's what that's called. I sent some of these to some of my then and respectfully now ladies that did junk journaling because I thought this book was just perfect. And this was meant to be for, this was going to be for Wendy. Oh, and I sent her, I had irises in there. I forgot all about that. Look at my note with my little cluster on the side. Wendy, thanks for all your inspiring. I had to send you this book to do whatever you'd like. I love the cover and sending them to some of my fave JJJA journalists, artists. Thank you always, Renee. And that's my old GT Design stamp. Yep, that was for Wendy. Wendy at Journal Adventures. And it's mostly for the cover. It's got images in there too, but I think it's got some plates in there too. Yeah, I never sent it out to Wendy. This was meant to be long. I have good intentions to send Happy Mail out to all the beautiful souls in the world of our little crafty culture. But sometimes, you know, I had to, and still do, you know, do life and focus on what I'm doing. I wish, you know, I could send everybody out all the Happy Mail I could. I wish I could send all this stuff out to Happy Mail, but I can't do that. I can't do that. Anyway, what can I put with that one? Let's put this book with, what's the measurements? Okay, I got a few more minutes. I know these are going to be short burst videos, guys. 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. And that's kind of embossed. Journeys Through Bookland. Yeah, you can look it up. I know y'all can look it up. I'm going to put that with these 2 books here. Yeah, and these are folk, the young folk shelf of books. I've had some of these before. I still had some. I never got rid of all of them because it's too much. And these are really, 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 really old images. These are really nice. I'm skipping a lot of pages. The nice thing about these books is the images come in different colors, like different paintings, but they're kind of like, I don't know. They're kind of like, what you call it, guys. I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like, I'll find the word after a while. And look and see the different colors, Alibaba. And they, you know, color here and black and white there, cream and black or whatever, that etching. I think that's what it looks like, it's etching. So these are fun. There's a lot of images in here, but I'm flipping through the pages and skipping through. It's a lot. Different colors. I think people now are using some of these images to scan, and part of their, if they're making fabric, or if they're making, you know, like scanned stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so there's that one in green, and then this one. Okay, I'm on task. These are short bursts, so you get to see quickly. Robin Hood. I can't flip through everything. It's missing a lot. Oh, look at the frame on that. Look at that edging around there. Isn't that pretty? It's real pretty. King Arthur. I'm skipping so much, guys. I'm sorry. There's yellow. Sometimes the images are all yellow. Sometimes they're blue. Like, look at that one. That's pretty cool. Oops. Hang on. That's an orange, black, green, purple. His shoes are purple, lavender. Okay, so let's do these three and then I'm going to stop. Yep. So there are those 3 books, and that's number 90. So if you like old stuff and old children's stuff that you can scan, that's your lot right there. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to do this book by itself. Oh no, I think I better stop, guys. I'll leave it right here. Okay, I'll stop because I'm at 32. Okay, bye.